Which heartbreaking catastrophe at your child's school could have been easily prevented? Have you ever been so ignored, so completely dismissed while your child was in danger, that you had to smash a window just to be heard? That was me. And that was the moment my world shattered, right along with the glass. 5 months, ever since my daughter Laya started freshman year, these 3 seniors had been following her home. And the school's response? Boys will be boys. But last Monday, that casual dismissal turned into my living nightmare. I was at work, trying to eat lunch, when my phone blew up. It was a series of frantic texts from Laya. They are in the girls' bathroom. They are trying to climb into my stall. Please help, Dad. I'm so scared. I don't even remember getting up. My chair crashed to the floor. My phone was already dialing the school as I sprinted through the parking lot, my heart hammering against my ribs. The secretary answered. My daughter is in the bathroom, I gasped. 3 seniors are trying to get into her stall. There was a pause, a cold, infuriating pause. Which bathroom? She asked. I was already in my car, key in the ignition, speeding out of the lot. 3rd floor, I think. I don't know. Just find her. I could hear the sheer lack of urgency in her voice. Her name is Laya Clarks. They are attacking her right now. Sir, she started, her tone condescending, like she was talking to a toddler. Unfortunately, the rules state I cannot leave my secretary desk unattended, and the principal is on her lunch break right now. I screamed into the phone. The words just flew out of me, raw and furious. Ah, you stupid? What are you talking about? Go to the bathroom now. Say, she said, her voice impossibly calm. Please refrain from using vulgar language. They are climbing into my daughter's stall. I'll make a note for when the principal returns. I hung up. I was dealing with a human robot, a useless, protocol-spouting machine. And Laya hadn't texted in 4 minutes. 8 minutes later, I abandoned my car sideways in the school's bus lane and sprinted through the front doors. The secretary looked up, her mouth opening to say something about sign-in procedures, but I was already a blur heading for the stairs. I ran to that 3rd-floor bathroom faster than I've ever run in my life. But when I got there, my worst nightmare came true. It was locked. From the inside, they must have gotten keys. This was planned. I pressed my ear against the cold metal door and I could hear them. I could hear her. Laya was crying. I heard the sound of fabric ripping, and then her crying turned into muffled screaming, like someone had their hand over her mouth. I threw my shoulder against the door. Nothing. These were the new doors, installed after a shooting 4 years ago. Reinforced steel. The door didn't even shake. Laya, I'm here. I grabbed a chair from the hallway and swung with everything I had. The chair shattered into splinters. The door was perfect. I saw the fire extinguisher mounted on the wall. It was heavier. I hammered it against the lock. Over and over, the sound of metal on metal ringing through the empty hall. But these doors were doing exactly what they were designed to do. By now, the secretary had huffed her way up the stairs, panting and red-faced. Sir, you're destroying school property. I'm calling security. Give me the key. I roared. She physically recoiled. I don't have bathroom keys, sir, she stammered. Only the principal has those, and she's... I didn't wait for her to finish. I was running again, towards the principal's office. I finally reached it, and through the window in her door, I saw her, at her desk, eating a salad and scrolling through her phone. I pounded on the door, hard enough to shake the wall. She looked up slowly, annoyed. She held up 5 fingers, mouthed the words, 5 minutes. Then she pointed to her food and went back to her phone. And that's when something in me just broke. The security guard appeared behind me, his hand on his radio. Sir, you need to calm down. I didn't. I picked up another chair. The principal saw me raise it. Her eyes went wide. I swung. Glass exploded everywhere. She screamed, her salad tumbling to the floor. I reached through the jagged hole, my arm getting sliced open, and unlocked her door from the inside. Blood dripped onto her pristine carpet. Sir, Stop! The guard grabbed my arm, but I shoved him off and went straight for her desk, yanking open drawers until I found a fat ring of keys. You're insane, the principal shrieked. I'm calling the police. I was already gone, running back to the bathroom, keys jangling, leaving a trail of bloody handprints on the walls. But when I got there, the door was already open. The boys were gone, and my Laya, my daughter, was curled up on the floor. Her skirt was torn, her lips were bruised, and her shirt was unbuttoned, her bra ripped. I immediately pulled out my phone to call 911, kneeling beside her, taking off my jacket to wrap her in it. Just then, the principal rushed in with the security guard. You assaulted me. Her voice was shrill. Jim, he could have killed me with that chair. I was on the phone with the dispatcher, one hand stroking Laya's cheek as she choked on sobs. But the principal just kept going. You've traumatized my entire staff. Every student on this floor saw you acting like a maniac. The guard was filming me with his phone. She was pacing, gesturing wildly. This is going to be on the news. A parent going psychotic. Yes, hello, she said, suddenly speaking into her own phone. We have a violent intruder who threatened me with a weapon. She gave my description. She never once mentioned the 3 boys. She never mentioned why I was there. When the police arrived, she pointed at me. That's him, the one who attacked me. 2 officers moved toward me, guiding me away from my daughter. My hands were still dripping blood. Paramedics rushed past me to get to Laya. The principal was loudly telling another officer how I'd gone crazy, using words like violent and unstable. Nobody asked about the boys. Nobody asked why I was trying to get into that bathroom. They lifted Laya onto a gurney. I tried to follow, but an officer blocked my path. You're being detained for assault and destruction of property, he said flatly. I watched them wheel my daughter away while they put me in handcuffs, right there in the hallway, as students watched from their classroom doors, phones out, recording. They put me in the back of a police car. At the station, they took my fingerprints, cleaning the blood off my hands first. My one phone call wasn't to a lawyer. It was to the hospital. They wouldn't tell me anything. They released me that evening. I ran to my car and drove straight to the hospital. I found Laya in a room, cleaned up, but her eyes were empty. She flinched when I came near. Don't touch me, she whispered. But please, don't leave. I pulled a chair close and just sat there, a silent guardian. That's when Detective Paula Norris showed up. She interviewed me in the hallway, and I saw her jaw tighten when I told her about the principal holding up those 5 fingers. She was the first person who actually seemed to listen. The next few weeks were a blur of bureaucratic hell. The school sent a no trespass order, banning me from campus. My boss put me on administrative leave. The principal filed a restraining order against me. Someone posted an edited video of me breaking the window, and the comments called me unhinged, dangerous. I deleted my social media. But slowly, things started to shift. Detective Norris was a bulldog. She got the security footage showing the boys going into that bathroom. She got the phone records, proving the school knew and did nothing. A custodian came forward, saying he saw the boys with keys they shouldn't have had. The medical report from Laya's exam came in, and it was clinical, cold, and utterly devastating. But it was proof. And then, the biggest break of all, another girl's lawyer contacted the detective. The same 3 boys had done this before. A year ago. The school should have known. The DA filed criminal assault charges against 2 of the boys. To help Laya's case, my lawyer advised me to take a plea deal for the property damage. I stood in a courtroom and pleaded guilty to breaking a window to save my daughter. It felt like swallowing glass. But I did it. For her. The school, trying to avoid a lawsuit, put the principal on administrative leave, a desk job in some windowless office. It wasn't justice, but she was away from kids. We started the slow, painful process of healing. Therapy, a support group. Laya eventually went back to school part-time with an escort and a safety plan, walking the halls like they were a minefield. Then one evening, we were making spaghetti, and I made a stupid joke about the pasta looking like worms. And Laya laughed. It wasn't a smile. It was a real, deep laugh from her belly. It only lasted a second. But in that moment, I heard my daughter again. We're not over it. You don't get over something like this. But we're living with it. We planted an oak tree in the backyard, and every morning, she waters it. We're taking it one day, 1 hour, 1 breath at a time. And for now, that's enough. Tell me in the comments, what would you have done if this was your child? I really want to know.